The streets are supercharged. 22 drivers are ready to do battle. The most advanced all-electric racing cars on the planet are primed for a street fight. This is Formula E. 11 teams push electric technology to its limits, reaching speeds of 280 kilometers per hour in 12 iconic city centers across the globe. After 7 incredible rounds of relentless action, the world's most unpredictable, exciting, and dramatic racing series has landed in its next destination.
Paris, France, capital of the arts, rich in culture. The City of Light. The world's greatest artists have lived and displayed here.
We did it, baby.
But now a new movement is taking over the streets.
Lock up from Bird, he's through!
With 7 different winners from 7 different races, it's been a season worthy of exhibition.
And there goes Vergne!
Yes, yes!
The old masters have been challenged by a new renaissance. But for round 8, one driver who really means business is reigning champion and local Parisian Jean-Eric Vergne.
Hi street racers, welcome to the beautiful city of Paris. No one knows who's gonna win here in Paris, but hopefully I can. We've got a really busy episode for you, so let's see what's coming your way.
We'll catch up with Panasonic Jaguar's Mitch Evans after his win in Rome.
It was just incredible, and then the tears started.
We'll be checking out yet another new and innovative step for Formula E, the new mobile game, where you get to race against real cars and drivers.
To have the opportunity to actually virtually race against the real drivers is something very exciting.
Our host, Jean-Eric Vergne, tells us what it means to him to be back racing in his home city.
Motorsport will always be dangerous, but Formula E has some of the best guys in the business ready on standby for when an incident occurs.
And of course, we'll take a look at all the action from yet another race full of twists, turns, and unpredictable racing. It's another classic. Formula E, a Wild West. The season so far has been a spectacular shootout. A magnificent 7 winners, fastest to the draw in the first 7 races. Round 1, Saudi Arabia.
The Costa's super late on the brakes, but Vergne gets it done, and into the lead of the E-Prix.
The Techeetah team are hit by a drive-through penalty. Antonio Felix da Costa capitalized to take a maiden win for the BMW I Andretti team.
Wave to the crowd, well done, mate.
Round 2, Marrakesh. It's disaster for reigning champion Jean-Eric Vergne. 2 dueling BMWs crashed.
What on earth has gone on?
Leaving the door open for a trailblazing Jerome D'Ambrosio.
Jerome D'Ambrosio wins for Mahindra.
Next up, South America, Santiago, Chile. Former champion Sebastian Buemi bites the dust. While steady hand Sam Bird capitalizes to take victory.
Sam Bird, he's going to take victory in Santiago.
Round 4, Mexico. Huge crowds flock to see a young buck charge to the checkered flag.
Degrassi goes for it, Fairline covers.
But Pascal Wehrlein runs out of energy with the finish line in sight.
Push, yes, yes!
Leaving wily veteran Lucas Di Grassi to clinch victory for Audi, making it 4 winners in 4 races. Round 5, and Formula E hits Asia for a high noon shootout in Hong Kong. Old rivalries are reignited as Bird and Andre Lotterer battled for the lead. Bird pushed too hard.
Oh, and Lotterer's got damage! Flat tire!
Puncturing Lotterer's tire, earning himself a 5-second time penalty and promoting Eduardo Mortara to first place. Round 6, Sanya.
And there goes Vergne!
And a return to glory for our host and reigning champion Jean-Eric Vergne. A huge win for Team Techeetah on home soil in China. Lucky 7, a young gun by the name of Mitch Evans, showed the old guard exactly how it's done.
Evans is in the lead of the race.
The 24-year-old Kiwi moved swift to take the spoils in the eternal city of Rome. 7 races, 7 magnificent winners means the championship is wide open as we head into round 8.
Incredibly, just 10 points separate the top 6 drivers, and in amongst them are Robin Freins in 6th place and Andre Lotterer in 3rd, neither of which are among those 7 race winners, but consistent scoring sees them in the mix.
Mahindra Racing's Jerome D'Ambrosio leads the way with a single-point advantage over Antonio Felix da Costa. And after finally getting his first win in Rome, Panasonic Jaguar Racing's Mitch Evans makes a big jump into 4th place in the championship. That win was Jaguar's first in international motorsport since 1991, and it was an emotional maiden victory in Formula E for their Kiwi driver.
To be honest, the days after the race, I mean, I was on cloud 9. I didn't know what to do with myself. I think now it's finally sunk in, and it does feel real now, which is wonderful.
On pole position, we've got Andre Lotterer. Mitch Evans is alongside him.
I mean, you know, Andre in front of me in the DS, Techeetah, he's quick in the races. Their car is fast as well. So I was like, look, this is gonna be tough. Once we got the energies and I saw I was up by 2%, it's game on now.
Attack now. Let's go and get him.
I had to be creative with where I chose to overtake, because if I went to the conventional sort of, you know, straight line break into the hairpins, you know, he would have closed them off pretty easily. Getting a run on Andre into the previous corner, I said, okay, I'm going for this because this may be the only opportunity.
Almost there. He's got to go for it. Evans is through. Evans is in the lead of the race.
Coming through the final corner was just incredible, and then the tears started.
Mitch Evans through the final corner to win the Rome E-Prix for Jaguar.
I'm honestly, I'm a bit speechless. It's been a tough couple of seasons. To ride everyone at JLR and Jaguar Racing is an absolute honour, so thank you so much.
We've worked really hard, and hopefully this is, you know, the start of us. You know, it's not going to be a one-off. We're going to be, you know, contenders right until New York and beyond.
The newest innovation in Formula E helps bring fans closer to the action than ever before, actually putting them in the driving seat with their mobile device acting as the steering wheel. This new concept will revolutionize fan participation, making them feel part of the competition. This is gaming like you've never seen before. This is Formula E Ghost Racing.
Existing games allow you to play against each other. Here, you play against the real pilot in real time on the real event. It's a game that brings the gamer life into the action.
I think it's a very cool concept for, especially for the fans to be, you know, included in the real racing, for them to have the opportunity to actually virtually race against the real drivers is something very exciting. And this is what we want to promote, is to, you know, engage with the fans in the way we are doing. Probably some of the good gamers there are gonna get their head around it and gonna figure out the ways to be quick, and I'm pretty sure they'll be competing with the front runners.
We produce in CGI a scenery. We take a race car where we know the GPS position thanks to a little decoder. We take that signal and let the race car drive around in that scenery. We do this with all 22 cars, and then we give you the same car, so you're the 23rd driver in that scenery live.
I think Formula E thinks out of the box. Formula E innovates. Formula E brings new things. We're not scared of trying new things. And this is the best example of what Formula E stands for. Just the concept of fans playing on real time in any sport. It's huge. I think today we're presenting something that is going to be a game changer. And this was a very old dream of ours, and today we managed to make it a reality.
In the first live ghost race during the Paris E-Prix, the fastest online player was Emalaver. Congratulations! There's plenty of talented gamers out there, but there's also plenty of talent on the Formula E grid. None more so than reigning champion and this show's host, Jean-Eric Vergne.
There's nowhere quite like Paris. There is an energy, a passion for life, a distinguished style. In Paris we say, it's more than a city. It's l'art de vivre. Life is full of twists and turns, ups and downs, of plans that never quite work how you imagine.
I'm very sorry, I had no break.
But Formula E changed everything for me. I fell in love with racing again, and I remember why I drive. The reason why I love racing is fairly simple. I had a steering wheel in my hands before I could even walk. I grew up on the karting track, and that's something I always had in my blood, and I didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to do anything else. So yeah, we're here in Paris, the city where I grew up, the city where all my friends, family live. First of all, we are in the very heart of Paris. You got the Eiffel Tower, Grand Palais behind me, the Invalides. It's my home race. It's, I think, the most beautiful race in the calendar. Well, winning last year in Paris was absolutely crazy, especially going on the podium.
Jean-Eric Vergne, the Parisian, wins in Paris.
It's probably what the rockers, the superstar can feel when they're on stage.
Merci Paris.
It was absolutely amazing, and it's a feeling you don't forget, but it's a feeling you want to live again, and you're ready to do anything to get that feeling and give the joy to the fans as well, to the French fans. It's something very special. It's impossible, especially this year in Formula E, to predict how the race will go.
Out of nowhere! Give him a little nudge again.
I have a very good car, I feel very good, I feel very confident.
Super late on the brakes, but Vergne gets it done.
There is an energy in Paris, I have the right energy, and hopefully it's going to go well. I just want a race with no mistake, no problems, a good qualifying, start in the front and then end up on that podium. It's a very, very special race to me.
Despite being known as the City of Light, the stunning streets of Paris are under threat from the effects of excessive pollution. To combat this, the city will be banning all non-electric vehicles from the streets by the year 2030. Paris is also leading the way in alternative transportation, with residents often travelling by bicycle, on electric public transport, or using shared electric scooters. Good on them.
Motorsport is inherently dangerous. Despite having some of the most talented drivers in the world, when 22 electric single-seat racing cars go toe-to-toe on the streets, the risks are high.
Wow, that's a big airborne crash for Nelson Piquet.
Thankfully, in Formula E, everyone is protected by some of the most advanced safety protocols and highly trained specialized teams anywhere in the world.
Everybody signs a waiver that says motorsports is dangerous. Everything we do relates to safety, and it's the #1 thing that we keep in mind, especially at the FIA. We actually have a team that travels with us that are very specifically trained on electric vehicles. Each driver and each crew member must go through specialized training to work around the cars and to work on the cars. It's always about driver safety, and it's always about keeping the marshals safe as well.
These cars are very strong, and the design of the battery makes that normally it will be safe. In case of crash, there is a lot of electronic system to protect the battery and to isolate it, to protect the driver from the electricity risk. If you, in a normal race car, if you have a crash, okay, you can hurt yourself. But with the electric car, with the electricity, it will not be injury but dead. So we have to take care of that, and we have to consider that. So far now in Formula E, we don't have any major incident. Hopefully, all the drivers are safe.
MDD are Formula E's dedicated safety team who are present at every Formula E event. They are highly trained to deal with both medical and high-voltage emergencies and the process of removing drivers from potentially dangerous situations known as extrication.
We've got a large battery that powers this vehicle. Now, battery is electricity, and the biggest problem we have with electricity is it's invisible. We treat everything that it is dangerous until we prove it's not. So really simple rules. That light's green, we would do a standard single-seat extrication. That light's red, then we need to put protection for my rescuers, but also the driver. We have some features where I can turn the car off to try and help take away any hazard of the electricity, but we can't always guarantee it's disappeared. So we will put things over the car, giving us some insulation to the car. There's a lot of stuff going on that you can't see, but there's all straps to be done on. The driver's got to be taken out their straps, helmet removed, and then basically we stand up on the car to give the best possible lift, because that driver has to be lifted in their seat, up and onto here. So he gets lifted onto the halo and then taken away from the car.
Not only are the MDD team continuously improving their skills, but every driver has to go through an extrication exercise at least once in the season in order for them to know what to expect. And Jaguar Racing's Mitch Evans is happy in the knowledge that there's always work being done to make safety the priority.
Good, well done, boys. Good, same as before there, nice and controlled.
Ready, brace, lift.
Okay, nice and steady, watch his back.
Obviously it's a dangerous sport, but it's good for us as drivers to know that they're doing the work as well to make sure that we're under good hands.
All right, ready, steady, guys, down. All right.
Formula E already boasts some of the biggest and most innovative auto manufacturers in the business. And for next season, there'll be even more as the German giant Mercedes-Benz enters the fray with its EQ Silver Arrow 01 car. Having dominated in the F1 Championship in recent years, it'll be interesting to see how they fare in its electric counterpart. A fourth German manufacturer will be joining too. They come with quite the reputation as one of the most successful motorsport marques in history. The legendary racing team of Porsche will for the first time put an electric car on the grid. Both teams are busy testing their new machines, and here on Street Racers we'll be keeping a close eye on them as they progress towards joining the world of Formula E.
So to round 8 of the championship, and in qualifying, it was Mahindra Racing's Pascal Wehrlein who went fastest in the Super Pole shootout. But the team's delight was short-lived, as both his and teammate Jerome D'Ambrosio's cars were demoted to the back of the grid for running with low tire pressures. This left a front-row lockout for Nissan Edams, with Oliver Rowland taking his second pole position and 3 bonus championship points. Teammate Sebastian Buemi sits alongside in second place. Robin Friens and Felipe Massa are on row 2 with Maxi Gunther and Andre Lauterer sitting just behind in 5th and 6th place. With rain earlier in the morning and the threat of more on the horizon, the tricky and tight 14-turn 1.9-kilometer circuit on the streets of Paris could prove a real test for the drivers. As the dust settled after qualifying, the 22 drivers prepared for battle. Our host, Jev, didn't have the best start to his home E-Prix.
Hi guys, so qualifying didn't went very well. Starting P12 now. Hopefully I can make up some ground in the race and score some good points. So let's see how that goes.
They are not going to be taking to the grid. On the left-hand side, it's all wet. In the right-hand side, it's all dry. So the race director felt that would be an unfair way to start the race. It is going to be a safety car start, and it's a Nissan front row lockout. It is Oliver Rowland on pole position with Sebastian Buemi, his teammate, alongside him. Robin Friens starts in 3rd place on the grid for the Envision Virgin Racing team. 45 minutes plus 1 lap is underway. Mortar has been left napping. Robin Friens there in the purple car has got Felipe Massa right up behind him and sort of looking to the inside a little bit. With Rowland leading, his gap is 1 second ahead of Sebastian Buemi. Finished second 2 weeks ago in Rome, did Andre Lauterer in that black and gold. Tatita car and off, it's Rowland! Oliver Rowland in the wall from the lead of the race for Nissan. Friens is right on the back of Buemi again, despite them both being in attack mode, coming down towards turn 3. Lauterer up into 4th position, then Gunther drops down to 5th. And Buemi's got less usable energy as well. Meanwhile, here comes Lauterer to the outside of Felipe Massa. Coming into 3, he turns in. They're going to be close there. Massa holds on, does he? Now Lauterer has the inside for 4 into Place Vauban. And Lauterer makes the move up into 3rd place. Good effort from the German.
That was a fabulous move. You've got to be looking. If I'm French, I looked in the mirror, I've seen Andre Lauterer.
Mistake from Buemi. Through goes Robin Friens into the lead of the Paris E-Prix.
Is it a mistake or a problem?
Well, he suddenly seemed to slow on exit of Place Vauban, and he seems to have a bit of pace now, but...
No, Lotter's coming.
Lotter up the inside, Buemi has trouble.
Is it
Both Nissans, having locked out the front row, are not going to win in Paris. Sebastian Buemi in the pit lane.
Do you want to try to use an attack to try over Turvey?
I will wait for him to do his.
We have rain in 6 minutes.
Massa holds the inside.
Yeah, he's just sort of shadowing it, isn't he? Just in case here comes Abt.
Abt does the dummy. Massa's closing the door. That's going to be... Whoa, Abt just about gets through. I thought that was going to be a first-class ticket to a crash site. Oh, it's starting to rain now. It is really hailing.
Rain.
Rain is coming down. Rain is coming down. Raining hard, raining hard.
Here comes Jean-Eric Vergne up the inside of Oliver Turvey. That is for 8th position.
Currently P8.
So nicely done for Jean-Eric Vergne. Turvey was in attack mode, slamming into the wall is Dillman. Can he keep going? He's got now De Costa up the inside of Bird, and the two bang wheels coming into Place Vauban. It's all over for Dillman. 21 minutes plus a lap to go. Robin Freitz is leading the race, and off is Bird. No, Sims is off. Roland's involved as well. And Sims is out of the race again. Oh, and a spin! And that's Bird again. I think it's Bird again. I thought it was Robin Freitz for a moment.
Bird, yeah. On the radar.
Oh,
Massa!
Felipe Massa is that spinning out of the final corner, and Massa has dropped away from the podium positions. Now here comes Mortara to the outside of Maxi Gunter to try and take 6th place away. He's not stopping it, he's in the wall. Oh, in the wall.
Back wheels off the ground.
We've got two. We've got Lynn, and we've got Bird taking evasive action. It's Lynn and Mortara. And off down here is Massa as well with Oliver Turvey. Oh, Turvey got out of shape. And we have got a couple more corners left in the Paris E-Prix. Robin Freitz, though, looks to have it under control. Lotter at second. Audi's 3rd and 4th. But here comes Robin Freitz, the man who stormed up through his junior career. Here he comes across the line. Robin Freitz wins in Paris.
Well done, mate. Well done. Good job. That's a good one. Yeah. Thank you, boys. Thank you.
That win takes Robin Freins to the top of the pile in the championship standings, but only by a point over DS Chichita's Andre Lauderer, whose consistent season sees him in 2nd place, despite not yet scoring his maiden win in Formula E. And for Andre's teammate Jean-Eric Vergne, that great drive moves him up to 6th place.
In the team's championship, DS Chichita extended their lead over Envision Virgin Racing, but it's still all to play for with Audi Sport Abt Schaeffler and Mahindra Racing hot on their heels.
Hi guys, so we're done for the Paris race. It was a good race for me. I mean, although I wanted to be on the podium, you know, in front of my home fans, home crowd, but starting 12th, finishing 6th was the best I could today. Conditions were extremely difficult, but nevertheless, I'm coming back in the championship, scoring some good points. So the show continues in Monaco. See you there.
Before we go, we've just got time to check out what's going down on social media.
Oliver Rowland posted this apology to his team and Alexander Sims for making his mistake during the race in Paris. The soon-to-be-launched Autonomous Racing Series RoboRace posted this great shot of their 3 AI-driven race cars ready to compete in the first season.
And race winner Robin Freins posted this pic celebrating his first ever Formula E win.
Next up is a short hop south to the Mediterranean Principality of Monaco for a battle on its legendary street circuit.
Will the unbelievable streak of 8 winners from 8 races continue at round 9? Find out next time here on Street Racers.
Yeah.